Hey, and welcome to the Gamer channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a customized battle in Mount & Blade Warband. This is by far my favorite game so far of Mount & Blade. The original Mount & Blade game was amazing and just an awesome medieval open world game, and then just Warband took it and just improved upon it in every way. So today this is a custom battle. And basically what you can do is you can choose your character who you want to fight as, and I chose a Hegan, who is a member of the Kingdom of Swardia. And I chose him mainly because he comes with a lance and a shield and a horse. I mainly use the two-handed claymore that he carries, but just it's very useful to have a horse in these kind of games. And so I'm going to choose the enemies that I'm going to fight. You can choose a bunch of different kingdoms. I'm going to choose probably the Kingdom of the Nords, I think, because they're kind of a tough, well, actually, you know, let's do one where it's against the same side, Swardia, because then that way it's a very balanced battle. Now over here you can choose the size of your army. So I'm going to make this a very large battle, so it's going to be 200 men on each side, so 400 total. And I chose the battle to be an oasis. I chose the oasis because there's a bunch of different ones, a farmhouse, a siege offense, defense that you can choose. The oasis I like just because it's a really large map and it's an open map, so you can do strategy, you know, there's, you know, fields to charge across. It's very cool. So now over here you can choose your army composition, and right now it has it set almost equally of 1/3 of infantry, archers, and cavalry. Now I'm going to increase my foot soldiers just a little bit, up to about 50%. The others will be 25. I'm going to leave the enemy side going to be the same. So let's get this battle started. Now, as you can see, here's my army up here. The army also goes along the side. Now, I'm going to order them to hold this position up on the hill, because I don't really want I don't want to get my men stuck down in between the oasis down there. Now, the enemy is just going to charge madly across at me, and all my horsemen are down here, my foot soldiers, and crossbowmen. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, they're charging ahead. Now I'm going to wait and give the order to charge until a few more are crossed. Alright, so I just ordered them to charge. So now you're going to see the men move out. I'm going to switch my weapon now to the claymore. Okay, now it looks like the enemy is flanking. Okay, so I'm going to go down and just engage a little bit here. Now what you have to be careful of in these kind of battles is it's very easy to get bottlenecked, and the enemy will grab you, and if you get stuck, then it's kind of game over. Alright, now it looks like as you can see, I'm losing a lot of men here, so I'm going to order them to come down here, because what can happen a lot is you lose a lot of men when you get them all separated. And so right now I have my horsemen are separated from my infantrymen. Now I'm going to go and took down a knight there. Now the Swardian cavalry are extremely strong, and you have to be very careful with them. They're extremely deadly. Now basically I'm here now. You can see their horses are fully armored. And so basically what I'm just trying to do is I'm just trying to take down as many of their cavalry as possible, because I probably lost right now a good whoa. Okay, so it looks like here I got I'm getting bottlenecked here by some Swardian infantry. Okay, now I gotta be careful here. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a hasty escape, because I can't fight that many men at once. Now, just offhand, I'm going to say I think I probably lost this battle here, because I've lost, I mean, at least half of my men by now. Now, this isn't a battle. This isn't the end. Definitely, I'm going to order my men to hold here, and I'm just going to basically just hopefully maybe we can turn this battle around. That's my man. a little bit difficult sometimes to tell who's who. Alright, so here's some enemy crossbowmen. Alright, so that guy was trying to take me out. Now one thing you have to be very careful of is crouched lance damage, because that can be very dangerous. And one thing I don't like about these giant swords is that they always have a thrust on them, and with these horses, the thrust is not the easiest to. You really can't do a lot of damage with it. Now, what it looks like is it looks like I'm the only one standing right now. All right, and I just got knocked out. Looks like I was the last man standing. Okay, so it looks like that battle was actually very bad on my side. I'm not exactly sure why that turned out so badly. It was even sides. Now, the only thing I can think of is that I increased my foot soldiers, and I had too many foot soldiers, and the enemy had too many cavalry. That's the only thing I can think of. Because it said your side killed 63 enemies, but lost 201. That's a very bad average right there. And I personally took down 9 enemies. So that's very bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replay this battle, and I'm going to test some other stuff out. I'm going to keep the same armies here. I'm going to keep them at their exact size and same size there. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to increase and I'm going to give myself 100% cavalry, and then what I'm going to also do is I'm just going to keep everything the same, and we're going to see if maybe this battle turns out a little bit differently, because I'm very curious. And also I'm going to order a charge right off the bat to get some speed up. So I'm going to join up with my men as they charge down here. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be meeting up midway through the oasis, which I normally don't like to do, but my last strategy did not work, so we're gonna see what happens here. Alright. Now both sides are very heavily armored, so that's why we've only seen a couple of deaths so far. Alright, now what I'm gonna do over here is I'm gonna go and just ride through the enemy infantry and see if I can take out a few of these lightly armored guys. And basically what I'm just going to do is the enemy AI is not the smartest, and so they're going to keep charging at me and trying to take me out, and basically I'll keep them away from my men. And it's always better if you have a few. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get off my horse here, because I think I'm relatively safe. Down. Forget about them. Alright, now these crossbowmen can do a lot of damage, so it's always good to make sure your spearmen and your crossbowmen on the enemy side are taken out, as well as the Swadian men-at-arms. Those guys are extremely strong as well. They have a lot of armor. Now it looks like my strategy is actually kind of working, in that I went with 100% cavalry up against the enemy. So it looks like that might have been my mistake in the first battle, was that I gave myself too many foot soldiers and they weren't able to counter the enemy cavalry. Because basically I'm looking at it here, and from what it seems that I have a lot of men left over and the enemy doesn't have that many. Now I'm gonna grab this horse here. Let me go and see what's going on. It looks like a lot of my men are charging over here. So it looks like there might have been some enemy horsemen that were left. So it looks like everyone's charging up over on this hill here. Let's see. Alright, so it looks like the battle is probably almost over here. It also seems like I benefited from the early charge, going straight into the oasis instead of waiting. Alright, so it looks like the battle is won. And let's see what the losses were this time around. Okay, so we took out the entire enemy army of 200. We only lost 31 men in this battle. So that's quite an improvement over the last time. My army only took out 63 and lost 200. And this time it was very similar, but in the opposite direction. So we took out 200 of them, lost only 31. So I think the answer to why this battle was won over the other is the presence of more cavalry. The Swadian side, as I said, has very heavy cavalry that can take a lot of damage. And I think by having an army 100% of that, basically the enemy army was not able to hold on. And so my cavalry charged in. It looked like they took out the enemy cavalry in the beginning of the battle because they clashed over the oasis, and it looks like they were all taken out. Then me riding around distracting the crossbowmen and the archers kept them away from aiding the cavalry that was pinned down in the oasis. They were taken out. Then my cavalry came in and got the rest of the foot soldiers and then mopped up the remaining army. So I would say in these custom battles, the best way to go if you're going to be fighting as Swadia is you're going to need a lot of cavalry, basically. And then you need to charge in really quickly and just do like the shock troopers and take them out. And then if you're riding in, distract their infantry and get them chasing you and not supporting the rest of their allies on the map. So thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe.